Happy Sunday. Spoiler alert, if you don't like to hear or talk about God, if you don't like to hear or talk about faith, you're going to want to push stop and move on to something else, like a fun cat video or something like that. I've been thinking about, since I did my book report on the Slight Edge, about another book that I read, and I don't read 10 pages a day. I read it every day, but I want you to know that it's the book I love more than anything else. And I honestly don't talk about my faith much. It's very sacred to me, and I try to live it, but I don't talk it. And so this is going to become my Sunday book reports, and I'm going to talk about some of the books about faith that I've read in my life, and some of them are fiction, some are nonfiction, but the one I want to talk about first is this one, the Book of Mormon, another testament of Jesus Christ. And I want you to know that this is the most important book that I read every day. And sometimes I only read a part of a page, and sometimes I read 2 pages, depends on how long a chapter is. I write in a journal as I read this book, and every time I read one, I look for something different. So here you'll see all the different little journals and Book of Mormons that I have kept. One, I look for words about the Savior. One, I've looked for evidence of His grace. One, I've looked for words of love. One, I've looked for words of truth. I look for something different every time I read one, and I journal about that. I love this book. I love the people in this book. I love the faith that it builds in me. I love the opportunity that I have. This gives me a slight edge in my life that there is nothing like it. Okay, so I want you to know that one of my slight edges in my life is reading the Book of Mormon and allowing it to touch me. I love my faith and what it does for me. I love and honor your faith and what it does for you. We don't always come from the same seed. No, that's not true. We don't always come from the same perspective on faith. But I believe that faith for each one of us comes from a seed. And how we feed it, how we water it, how it grows, that's our choice. So, I wanted to share with you my Sunday book report on the Book of Mormon, because for me, it has taught me how much the Savior loves me, about how much my ancestors, these men and women who lived hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago, that knew about me, about our time, who walked hard roads, who had family strife and struggle, who were afraid, and yet who loved the Lord. And so I'm grateful for this book, for all that it teaches me. And honestly, I'll say every time I read it, I learn something new. So I suggest, if you're looking for a book to read every day, the Book of Mormon is a wonderful choice. And I'm grateful for the opportunity I have to share this book report with you. I wish you a happy Sunday, and know that I know that God knows and loves us, and I honor and love you wherever you are on your path. We're all striving to move forward, however that looks. Be strong. Be courageous. be aware.